Hey, what's up guys? It's David back here with another video. Today I'm going to be making a tier list on these Hondas right here, Acuras, Hondas, and all of this is going to be cars that are in the United States and cars that I have picked out because I feel like they are modified more often. And let's just get right into it. So our first car up is going to be a Civic Type R, 11th generation. I'm still kind of like iffy on how I feel about these. I don't like the bases or even like the SI. That it doesn't really look well with me. But there's a lot worse cars on this list, so I'm just gonna put it in C for now. It might be a B car. I've never driven one. I've only seen a few in person, especially Type R's. I've only seen a few. They look cool. They're modern. They're respectable. So our next car along with that is going to be the new Integras. And me being a RSX guy, seeing this Integra being released as a four-door Type S 6-speed and it's a hatch. It's on the same lines as the Civic, but it's just a body kit and it costs like 10 grand more. So for that reason, I really feel like this is a D car. I mean, it's not a bad car, but because you can buy this same exact motor, everything looks better in my opinion, and it's just more respectable because you're buying an Integra that's not an Integra at the end of the day. So I think I'm gonna just jump around a little bit and get the easy ones out of the way. You have your Honda CRV. You'll see these lowered, lifted, straight piped, underglow, just trash mods. Usually, guys just take this for the all-wheel drive swap. This is an easy D tier, very good daily driver. Same thing with the seventh generation Honda Accord. It's just very good daily driver, not really used to modify. And Honda Insight, I'm probably going to have it in C tier for the fact that if you see a Honda Insight, it's just probably something that you have never seen in person before. I've only seen one. I feel like they're really special and they're way before their time. So let's just do the easiest one for me. The RSX Type S specifically, no Type R in the United States. All generations, the first and second facelift generation of the RSX, I just love them. The base models, they need a little bit of love. They can always be swapped, but I have owned three RSXs as well as two Type S's, my one that caught on fire and my Turbo Type S. So, not really much needed. This is my childhood dream car. Of course, I'm going to be putting it up here. So, let's just kind of roll. Let's see, what do we want to choose? I'll go with the NSX. The NSX, it's a S tier as well. Just super, super before its time. And I mean, the look of it goes with its time, but even today, it just fits in and well, not necessarily fits in. It stands out, but they just look so good. I don't really have too much to say about them. I mean, the only mid-engine Honda that I know of, I could be incorrect, but not too much to say about the first generation NSX, and that brings me into the second generation NSX. I'm going to have to put this at A. Obviously, this one's way nicer than this one, but this one you can get very good modified, probably boosted K series swapped like for less than 50, 60 grand. And this one is almost 200 plus grand out the door. I know that they don't make them anymore, but it's just crazy that it just costs that much, and it's also a hybrid. It's not full gas powered. And let's go ahead and do the 10th gen Type R Civic. I'm gonna as put this into A tier as well. I really love the way that they look, and I've debated on getting one for a little while, but I just love RSXs more than I do the 10th gens. If I have a family, I probably will wind up driving a 10th gen Type R. Let's go for the DC2 Integra. I love this because it's the heritage of the RSX, but at the end of the day, unless you're K swapping, it's kind of a C tier. But just for the heritage and it being the Acura Integra and the predecessor before the RSX, I'm gonna put it in B tier. And I also love pointing them out. Me and my wife do. Let's go for the 10th gen Honda Accord. Awesome daily drivers. My mother-in-law drives one, and I'm gonna just go ahead and throw this into D tier. It probably, yeah, it's not like the worst. Like out of these, it's probably like upper of this. Like if I had to order this, I would probably say like this side is the best, this side goes to worst. So just something like that, and along with that, swap that as well. But I don't hate them. I just don't like the people who modify them. All that you really see is coilovers, wheels, air suspension. Like you don't really see much going on. Maybe a wrap, nothing too crazy usually. Underglow, just not my forte. And let's go ahead and get the Honda Prelude out of the way. The Honda Prelude has kind of a little special place in my heart because I've had friends who have had them, kind of worked on them a little bit, but I don't think that they're anything more than a C tier just for the fact that I just I don't think I have that much experience around them. I've just only been around one or two that have been modified, and no hate to my old friends, but they're not the best looking. Kind of a easy pick for me, I guess, will be the 8th gen Civic Si. And in my opinion, the best Civic, and this one's kind of hard for me. I I'm gonna put it in S tier. It's low S tier, maybe high A tier above the 10th gen. I love the 8th gens. Like I don't know why they get a little bit of hate, but I feel like this more simplistic look on the SI looks better than this Type R because it's so aggressive. But still, I have respect and I like both of these cars, and if I see them, I point them out. So let's run into the next one with the TSX. The TSX is A tier. It's a lower A tier, probably upper B tier. I like it more than the Integra for multiple reasons. It has a K24 in it. They come in a 6-speed manual as an option, and usually you see these, they're pretty clean. They're not really overly modified, but a lot of people just take out the swaps, and you don't see too many of the TSXs that, at least around where I live, that are crazily dogged. You see RSXs occasionally, and they're usually garbage, but the one or two that you see, they're nice make up for it. So let's go with the CRX. I feel that the CRX is a D tier, and like I said, under these two have their place as daily drivers. The CRX is kind of like just a play around project car, and I don't really have much more to say about it. Then you have the S2K. Now, some people put the S2K here above everything else, but then you have me who puts the S2K below an Integra. I know there's the TSX and stuff above it. People, oh, it's rear wheel drive Honda, this, that, and the other. I just don't really like it that much. I don't like that it only comes in a drop top. I know that there's hard tops that you can buy and swaps and stuff that you can do, but being rear wheel drive isn't as awesome as I like all of these cars and would drive these cars over this. I don't know what it is about the S2K. I like them and cuz I love Hondas, but they're definitely better than all of these and potentially some of these, but yeah, the it's just a B tier car for me. I just don't know what else to say about it. So, let's move to the Honda Fit. And my opinion on the Honda Fit is kind of controversial. I mean, not too crazy, but like you take this Honda Fit right here, it's just coilovers, probably just intake, exhaust, nothing too crazy, wheels. And I feel like it is B tier as well in the fact of it would probably be the perfect daily driver for somebody who's in college, doesn't need a lot of room for kids, potentially for kids, but nothing too crazy. Like my cars that I would drive and modify would probably be a Honda Fit, 10th gen Civic, or 8th gen Civic, or even a TSX. You never know. Just one of those four doors that would just be nice to have. Um, let's go with the EK Civics, and this is a hatch in this picture because I like the hatches the best. You see a lot of EKs, but you don't see a lot of clean EKs, and same goes for the EF. So I don't really know where to put this. I will say I probably, you know what? I'm gonna put it here, and I'm gonna move the TSX down because yeah, that's that's a lot better. I feel like that gets a little bit less hate because I just don't see enough TSXs to have a really good opinion on it. I like the Honda Fit. The Honda Fit's probably here, but these all of these on this row are interchangeable. So yeah, I feel like the EK Civic, it's an A tier car. It is classic. It kind of just really doesn't go out of style. At least it hasn't yet. So let's just go to the EGs. Same thing. This is the EG hatch, and I will say I am more of a EK guy than EG guy. I'm not really I don't really hate on either one, but I feel like the EK just looks better. I like the headlights better. I'll say I like the back of the EGs better than I do the EKs, but they're both very good looking cars. I will put the EG right behind the Integra. I'm trying to figure out what kind of car this is right here, and I feel like my brain has went to mashed potatoes. What is this? Give me 1 second while I figure out what car this is. So I am back. I figured out that this is an Acura TL, and I know that these have the J series, I believe. So I'm going just off of being a J series car. I'm going to put it the TL behind the Prelude, and you just don't see many TLs. Kind of same with TSX. TSX is a very I could put it up or I could put it down depending on the cars. But yeah, this is kind of here. It gets a little bit sloppy. I don't really know what to tell you in the B tier. They're all interchangeable. Like you can swap any of them out. S tier, this is very, very like this is my S tier. Honestly, I mean to make this more clean, I would say probably put the TSX with among the TL, but I'm just gonna keep it in B tier because of the K24 and 6 speed, and I also like the way that they look better, especially whenever people do the Honda Accord Euro spec uh, swaps in the United States. It looks clean. So yeah, this is my tier list. I am ready for all the Honda guys to be flaming me for this. RSX is just my dream car. So, I mean, I have the bias there. I definitely would recommend the RSX to anyone. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this quick little video. Thanks for watching. Peace out.